Hello Year 3, hope you're doing alright at home and managing to keep busy. For our read aloud time today I've chosen The Magic Faraway Tree by Enid Blyton, one of my favourite books when I was younger. Hope you enjoy. Chapter 1, Rick Comes to Stay. Once upon a time there were 3 children, Joe, Beth and Franny. They lived with their mother and father in a little cottage deep in the country. They had to help their parents both in the house and in the garden, as there was lots to do. Now, one day their mother had a letter. She didn't very often have letters, so the children wondered what it was about. "Listen," she said, "this is quite exciting for you. Your cousin Rick is coming to stay with us." "Oh," said all the children, pleased. Rick was about the same age as Joe. He was a happy boy, rather naughty, and it would be such fun to have him. "He can sleep with me in my little bedroom," said Joe. "Oh, Mother, what fun! When is he coming?" "Tomorrow," said Mother. "You can put up a little bed for him, and you must make room for Rick's things in your cupboard. He is going to stay quite a long time because his mother is ill and can't look after him." The 3 children flew upstairs to get Joe's room ready for Rick as well. "Hey, what will Rick say when we tell him about the enchanted wood and the faraway tree?" cried Joe. "And what will he say when we show him our friends there, Silky and old Moonface and dear old deaf Saucepan Man, and everyone?" said Beth. "He will get a surprise," said Franny. They got everything ready for their cousin. They put up a little camp bed for him and found some blankets. They made room in Joe's cupboard and bedside cabinet for Rick's clothes. Then they looked out of the window. It looked onto a dark, thick wood whose trees waved in the wind, not far from the bottom of the garden. "The enchanted wood," said Beth softly. "What marvellous adventures we've had there. Maybe Rick will have some too." Rick arrived the next day. He had travelled in a delivery van from the village with a small bag of clothes. He jumped up and down and hugged the children's mother. "Hello, Aunt Polly," he said. "It's good of you to have me." "Hello, Joe. I say, Aunt Beth and Franny big now. It's lovely to be with you all again." The children took him up to his room. They helped him to unpack his bag and put his things neatly away in the cupboard and the bedside cabinet. They showed him the bed he was to sleep on. "I expect I shall find it rather dull here after living in the city," said Rick, putting his washing things on top of the bedside cabinet. "It seems so quiet. I shall miss the noise of buses and cars." "You won't find it dull," said Joe. "My word, Rick, we've had more adventures since we've been here than we ever had when we lived in town." "What sort of adventures?" asked Rick in surprise. "It seems such a quiet place that I shouldn't have thought there was even a small adventure to be found." The children took Rick to the window. "Look, Rick," said Joe. "Do you see that thick, dark wood over there, backing onto the lane at the bottom of our garden?" "Yes," said Rick. "It seems quite ordinary to me, except that the leaves of the trees seem a darker green than usual." "Well, listen, Rick. That's the enchanted wood," said Beth. Rick's eyes opened wide. He stared at the wood. "You're making fun of me," he said at last. "No, we're not," said Franny. "We mean what we say. Its name is the enchanted wood, and it is enchanted. And oh, Rick, in the middle of it is the most wonderful tree in the world." "What sort of tree?" asked Rick, feeling quite excited. "It's a really enormous tree," said Joe. "Its top goes right up to the clouds, and oh, Rick, at the top of it is always some strange land. You can go there by climbing up the top branch of the faraway tree, going up a little ladder through a hole in the big cloud that always lies on top of the tree. And there you are in some strange land." "I don't think I believe you," said Rick. "You're making it all up." "Rick, we'll take you there and show you what we mean," said Beth. "It's all quite true. We've had such exciting adventures at the top of the faraway tree. We've been to the rocking land, and the birthday land, and the land of take what you want, and the land of snowman," said Franny. "You just can't imagine how exciting it all is." "And Rick, all kinds of odd folk live in the trunk of the faraway tree," said Joe. "We've lots of good friends there. We'll take you to them one day. There's a dear little fairy called Silky because she has such a mop of silky gold hair. And there's a funny old Mr. What's-his-name," said Franny. "What's his real name?" asked Rick in surprise. "Nobody knows, not even himself," said Joe. "So everyone calls him Mr. What's-his-name. Oh, and there's an old saucepan man. He's always covered with kettles and saucepans and things, and he's so deaf that he always hears everything wrong." Rick's eyes began to shine. "Take me there," he begged. "Quick, take me. I just can't wait to see all these exciting people." "We can't go until Mother says she doesn't need us in the house," said Beth, "but we will take you. Of course we will." And Rick, there's a slippery slip, a slide that goes right down the inside of the tree from the top to the bottom, said Franny. It belongs to Moonface. He lends people cushions to slide down on. I do want to go down that slide, said Rick, getting terribly impatient. Why do you tell me all these things if you can't take me to go and see them now? I'll never be able to sleep tonight. Goodness, my head feels in a whirl already to think of the Faraway tree and Moonface and Silky and the slippery slip. And we'll find out more about the Faraway tree next time.